Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Now the recipe I will be preparing today is red herring. It has been a long time since I've been on, but life is just life, and guys, and I decided to take a short break. Now I'm back and ready to give you some great content. I've been yearning red herring and I've been looking for it all over the place and unable to find it. And I saw some online, but I didn't think it was worth the price. So I decided to make my own version of red herring. And if you'd like to see how I do this, then continue watching. Now in my plate, I have some very large herring. These are the ones we don't normally use back home because they're so large and they're not very tasty when they're fried. So I've specifically chosen them to make my red herring. Now it is already washed and cleaned. I am going to show you how I'm going to do it in my oven. Now, red herring is, you have to do it on a smoker, and I don't have any smoker. So I'm going to do it in the oven using my natural hickory smoke powder. If you have liquid smoke, that's ideal. And some sea salt. Now, the next thing we're going to do is prepare a brine. And to my small bowl, I'm going to add at least about a teaspoon. I don't think that was, yeah, about a teaspoon of my smoke powder. And another thing, I'm going to just add a little hot water to have it, to get the smoky flavor to be released. So I'm adding just a little hot water. You don't want it too hot. You just want a little hot water to release the smoky flavor. Now, I'm going to pour this into my bowl. And to this, I'm going to add very cold water. Very cold water. No, that's about it. And then I'm going to add a third of a cup of salt. Now, you may add more. I don't want mine to be too salty, so I'm going to add a third of a cup, because red herring is usually salty, but I don't want it extremely salt. So I'm going to add a third of a cup of this sea salt. I think that's about it. And we're going to dissolve it. Now, one of the things you won't find is that when you do your smoked herring in the dehydrator, the flesh will not look as brown as the ones you buy in store, because the ones in store, the smoke from the wood creates that color. But I've decided that I'm going to add a little soy sauce to my liquid, my brine here. This is dark soy. That would be about 2 tablespoons. No, you don't have to, This is just me adding something different. Because the last time I did mine, all I added was pepper. Some scotch bonnet pepper to my brine. And it came out tasting peppery. But this time I'm not going to do that. Now, to this brine, you're going to add your fish. And we're going to leave it in the brine for about half an hour. I'm using 6 large herring sprat. Inside my fish, I slit next to the bone so that the brine can penetrate the fish. So leave it for half an hour and let it soak up all this wonderful brine. The soy sauce can only give it added flavor. Now, half an hour later, it's time to take it out the brine, and we're going to dry it properly. So we're going to remove them. We're not going to rinse it. We're going to dry it properly. Then we take it over to dehydrator. Now, if you don't have a dehydrator, you may use your oven. Put it to the lowest setting and leave. If your lowest setting is 100, slightly open the oven door to get down that temperature, because you don't want to cook the fish. You want to get rid of all the moisture in the fish, but you don't want to cook it. You want to dry it, removing all moisture. Now, because of the soy sauce, you can see the color start changing. And you could maybe open it flat, just open it so flat that, you know, it would lay flat. But I don't have enough space in my tray, so I'm not going to do that. It might take me a little longer to dehydrate, but I'm going to do it that way. Somebody might ask if you could use browning. Maybe you could, but I don't know, because browning is sugar. I don't know if it would really change the taste, or you'll have a sticky fish. I have not tried browning. No, for the life of me, I can't get, no matter what I try, I can't get red herring where I'm at. And there are people selling red herring. And you get 3 small red herring for about £10. Now I've paid only £4 for the amount of fish I bought. And it doesn't take a lot, but a little salt and some patience to get what I want. Here we have it. Now we're going to take it over to our dehydrator. My dehydrator starts at 60 degrees Celsius. And that's where I'm going to keep it, because I don't want it higher than that. And I'm going to leave it in for about 2 hours. You don't want it to be too stiff, crispy like crackers. You want it to be pliable. Because it's fish, I've already added some foil paper to the bottom of my oven or my dehydrator. And I'm going to place my fish in. As you see, it's at 60 degrees Celsius, and I've given it 1 hour. After that, I'll come and test, and then I give it another hour. Now, guys, here it is. Following day, it is dry and ready to be picked. Here's a piece that I've picked off to show you how it looks, and I've been eating away like crazy. So when I'm finished, if you'd like to see how we enjoy it back home, then stick around. Now, as I said before, you'll not get it looking brown because we didn't have a smoker. And when you use a smoker, it tends to get brown, almost like this. And you have that distinct taste. But this is just very, very close to what I would normally buy. The only difference is I would have added a little more smoke because I like the smoky flavor. And I'm glad I didn't add a lot of salt, so I don't need to soak and do all that. So this is it. And I'm going to show you how we eat it back home. So we're going to remove it. It is so crisp that the bones are so crispy. You don't even need to remove the bones. It's so crisp, you can eat everything. So we just break it. Remove most of the bones if you want. But it's so crispy, you can do that. And we pick it away from the large bones. So here's a piece. It is not as deep brown. It almost looks white, but it does have the flavor. See? I will just pick it away. I remove the skin if I can. And that's why sometimes I usually make sure it is scaled. So if I don't feel like moving the skin, you can keep the skin, because the skin is very crispy at this point. Very crispy. But I'm moving it right here. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and continue picking the smoked mackerel or smoked herring. And when I'm finished, I'll come back and show you what I have. This is what we got from it. So I'm going to show you how we eat it back home. One way in which we prepare it back home. Stay tuned. Now the next part of our meal, we need some other ingredients. Right here, I'm using a red onion and a white onion, a bit of scotch bonnet, some tomato, a piece of bell pepper, and a carrot. To make the dressing, I'm going to use some extra virgin olive oil. I'm going to use a bit of cider vinegar, and I have some balsamic vinegar, and this is optional. You don't have to use this. I like the taste, so I'm going to use it in mine. And I'm going to use a little black pepper. And also, if you like garlic, you can put some fresh garlic in, grate some fresh garlic, or anything else that you like, you can add it. So the first thing I'm going to do is prepare my vegetables. Now to my small bowl, I'm going to add some vinegar, some cider vinegar. And what this does, it takes the edge off the onion, because we're not cooking now, everything is raw. So we want to take the edge off the onion. That spicy, tangy, strong taste. We're going to do that. And what we're going to do is cut it very small, thinly, I should say, cut it thinly, and then leave it for about a minute or two in the vinegar. So, thin strips. You don't want them very large. You want them to be very thin so that we enjoy it. There are other ways in which we can have or red herring or smoked herring, but this is the way I usually prefer it. And we just put it to rest in the vinegar for a little while, and we continue cutting the vegetables. So I'm going to continue cutting, and when I come back, it will be finished. Now the onions are all thinly cut, and I'm soaking them in the vinegar, and I'm pulling them apart as I do this. I don't want clumps, you just want them to be pulled apart, and you're going to leave it in the vinegar for a little while because you want the sharp edge of the onion. It removes some of the sharpness, because you don't want to wake up tomorrow morning and your breath is smelling of onion. So we do it with the vinegar. So we'll put this away and start the other vegetable. Now the next one we're going to look at is a tomato, and we're going to cut it. I'm removing all seeds. I don't want the seeds in it. If you don't mind the seeds, you may keep it, but I don't like the seeds. So removing my seeds and then cut them thinly. Again, thinly slice. No, this is when you can use any vegetable you like. When I was younger, I would shred a little bit of cabbage, and if we have cucumber, we add it also. This is where you can go all out on vegetable. Because it's such a pleasant dish. It's a pleasant salad. And it brings back memories from my childhood. Because you didn't have to use the stove. This was sometimes our go-to for lunch, especially when we're on summer holidays. Now it's time to shred our carrot. Now it's time to make our sauce. So in the bowl, I'm going to pour out some hot pepper sauce. Because as I said, when I did it before, what I did, I used some Scotch bonnet pepper, and I soaked the fish first, and it came out with that spicy Scotch bonnet flavor. And I didn't do that this time, so I have to create the pepper that I like. So I have a Scotch bonnet right here. I'm going to put some pieces in it, but I'm building the sauce first. Then to this, I'm going to add some oil, some olive oil. So I'm going to two spoons of this large cooking spoon. You don't want a watery, because it will get the fish looking saggy, and you don't want that. You want oil base, and that's why I'm using virgin olive oil, because it's healthy. You may use the oil that you prefer. The next thing, I'm going to add a little balsamic vinegar. You can use whatever vinegar you have. Whatever vinegar, I'm just using this amount because we need that little tang. It does enhance the flavor. You can use cider vinegar, cane vinegar, whatever vinegar, because when back home we used the cane vinegar and it was just as delicious, trust me on that. But you're just doing what you enjoy, so you can make whatever dressing you like. Then to this I'm going to add some black pepper, a little black pepper, about, oh, that's a spoon, a teaspoon, that's it. I think I was a bit heavy-handed right there, but you won't taste it anyway because it will be all incorporated with the other vegetables. So right here now I'm going to add the carrots first. I'm adding the carrots, supposed to be oil based. Then we're going to add our bell peppers. Next, tomato. Adding our tomato. This is where now I add some scallion, the ends of some scallion, because I wanted a little green and I didn't have any cucumber, you know, so I just added that to give me that. It's a colorful salad, you know. So let's push this away, get ready to slice our scotch bonnet. As I said, thin strips. You don't want big clumps. You don't want it to be too hot. You want thin strips. Now after mixing, I'm going to cover it for a little while, put it away for about 5 to 10 minutes so that everything marinates and its taste. The sauce almost soak in the vegetable. So we're going to cover it and put it away for a little while. Now after about 5 to 10 minutes, remember we don't put the fish at this point. I'm going to add just a teaspoon of sugar just to balance the acidity or the tangy flavor in the vinegar. It must be tangy but not too tangy. For me, that is. If you like tangy flavor, then you don't have to, but the sugar does balance the flavor. All right, now it's time to add our fish. Here's our smoked herring, and remember, it will not have the color that we're looking for because we didn't smoke it. We did it in our oven, but it does have the same taste. Then we start mixing. Now you serve it quickly after this because you don't want a soggy fish. Remember, you want your fish to be crispy and crunchy, and you don't want it too soggy. You understand? So this is our salad done, and I'm going to show you that I prefer to eat mine with. Okay, well mixed. Now the last thing I'm going to add is some dill tops. Dill goes well with salad, so I'm just adding a few sprinkles of dill, which is very nice, tasty flavor. And that's it. Mix it together. Now you're good to go. Our salad is done, and I'm able to satisfy my craving. Now here we have it, guys. Red herring prepared the way I love it. Now you can use red herring just as you use saltfish, but this is the way I like it. Pickled and eaten with crackers, tough crackers. Now I've paired mine with some avocado and I'm enjoying it, guys. Look at it. Colorful, tasty. It doesn't look very dark like red herring, but it does taste like red herring. Enjoy. Thank you for watching my video, and if you have not yet subscribed, please remember to do so. And if you've enjoyed this video, then please remember to give me a thumbs up, as this helps to promote my video to others, and also it helps to grow my channel. Thank you very much again for watching. See you in the next video. Bye bye.